everyone, this is Akhilesh Kumar PGT-English, Tengavalley. I hope you all will be fine. Dear friends, watch this video first. Friends, now you can answer me what has been depicted in the video just you have seen. Dear friends, we all know when the nature of wind is strong and violent, so what it does. Now you can answer it clearly without any problem. We have seen in the video what wind did. The wind destroyed everything which was weak. Dear students, now today in this class we are going to deal with a poem that is Wind by SUBRAMANIA Bharati. Before going through the poem, we will first deal a brief description of the poet SUBRAMANIA Bharati. His full name is Chinnaswamy SUBRAMANIA Bharati. He is also known as Bharatiya. He was a Tamil writer, poet, journalist, Indian independence activist, a social reformer, and a polyglot. He is popularly known as Mahakavi Bharati. He was a pioneer of modern Tamil poetry and is considered one of the greatest Tamil literary figures of all time. He was born on 11th December in 1882 in Itayapuram. He died on 12th September in 1921 in Chennai. His wife was Chillambu. It's clear? After a brief description of the poet, now I am going to tell you something about the poem. Dear friends, this is the introduction of the poem. Dear friends, we all know that wind is a natural phenomenon. In this poem, the poet talks to the wind. The power of wind has been described, and the poet says that wind is destructive. he has linked the destructive power of wind to the adversities of life and says that the weak people break down, but stronger people emerge out of adversities stronger. The poem gives an important message that we should be mentally tough and physically strong in order to survive the hardships of life. A weak person breaks down like a weak building and crumbles, as you have seen in that video. We must make these destructive forces our friends with our strength and determination. It's clear? So this is the theme and introduction of the poem. It's clear? If any doubt regarding this, so you can contact me. Dear friends, this is a brief summary of the poem also. After the introduction of the poem, let's begin our poem, Wind. Dear friends, listen carefully. The poet says, wind, come softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Dear friends, this poem is symbolic poem. The word bin here, it refers challenge in our life. Okay, so it's clear. The wind here, it is a symbolic poem and it refers adversities in our life, challenge in our life. It's clear. In this poem, the poet SUBRAMANIA Bharati, he has personified wind. He is saying here, he requests here, wind, come softly, as he is saying to a person. Here, he personified wind. It's clear. So what is personification? When abstract thing is compared as human beings, that is personification. Okay, it's a simple meaning of personification. It's clear. In this poem, the poet SUBRAMANIA Bharati has personified wind. It's clear. Now here, wind behaves like human beings, as the poet is saying. He says, wind, come softly. Oh wind, please come softly. Here the poet requests. He requests, what he says, don't break the shutters of the windows. Wind, come softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't break. And don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. Don't throw them down. Is clear? In early lines of this poem, the poet requests, but there is no effect on the wind. What the wind has done? He says there, look what you did. You refers here the wind. It's clear? He says, now look what the wind has done. He threw them all down. All the papers, all the books, threw all down. The wind tore the pages of the books. And he brought rain again. Now look what the wind did. The poet says, you are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Weaklings means, the meaning is here, a person who is weak. Poking fun, making fun of something. It's clear. The poet says, you are very clever at making fun at weaklings who are weak, whether that is windows, papers, books, or human beings, buildings, cars, or anything. Who is weak? Now the wind cleverly makes fun of them. Dear students, now it's clear. In early 1, 2, and 3 lines, 4 lines, the poet requests. But now here we can say there is no effect on wind, because the wind threw all the books down. The wind tore the pages of the books, and the wind brought rain again. That's why he says that is very clever, very cleverly. She makes fun at weaklings. That wind, sorry, not she, that wind makes fun of weaklings who are very weak. So it's clear. So it says, you are very clever. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. How it does? Frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. Here the meanings of difficult words. Crumbling means falling or to cause something to break. Rafter, sloping beam which support the roof of the building. As we can see this rafter in our houses. It's clear? Dear friends, the poet says the wind very cleverly makes fun of those things who are poor, who are weak. Now see how it makes fun. The wind, what it does? If there are houses which are not strong, which are weak, then it crumbles them. Crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, and crumbling wood, crumbling bodies. When we human beings, we are not strong enough, what happens? We face many lives as diseases, so many things. It's clear. If houses are not strong, what will happen? If the wind will be violent, strong, then it will destroy the houses as we have seen in that video. Doors, rafters, everything will be destroyed by wind when they will be weak. Here, crumbling bodies. Now think about ourselves. How we are. If we are weak, that time we have to face many problems. Now see, when people are weak, they have to suffer of many diseases. They face many problems. Crumbling lives, lives of anything which is weak, that will suffer. Crumbling hearts, crumbling hearts. If we are weak, if our heart is not strong, so in that case we can be affected by a simple thing. That's why we have to be so strong. We have to be brave. We have to face the situations, difficult situations, obstacles in our lives. After that we can survive. Otherwise wind will destroy everything. And we all know what is wind here. Wind is symbolic here. It refers challenge in our life, adversities in our life. If we are not strong enough, if we are weak, if we are affected by any simple thing, so what will happen? We can't survive in this world. If we have to survive, we have to be strong. The poet conveys this message to us. It's clear? These are meanings of difficult words. It's clear? The poet says, the wind, God, knows and curses them all. Whatever the things we have discussed earlier, as the things which are weaklings, and what wind does. Suppose there are crumbling doors, crumbling houses, crumbling rafters, crumbling woods. What wind God does? It winnows and crushes them all. The things which are weak, the wind God, the wind crushes them all. Here, the meaning of winnows is to broke grain free of chaff, separate grain from husk by blowing on it. Okay, now the meaning is here, if the things are weak, they can't be survive. As earlier we have studied what wind does. It destroys everything which is weak. It's clear? The wind god winnows and crushes them all, throw them all. It doesn't spare anything which is weak. It's clear? Dear friends, the poet again and again conveys the message that be strong. If we are weak, we will not survive. It's clear? Now the lines of the poem again. He won't do what you tell him. The poet says here, whatever we request to wind, it doesn't do that. The wind doesn't follow whatever we say. Whatever we request, there is no effect on that wind. It's clear? So what we can do? Dear friends, in the last lines, the poet says here, in these lines the poet says here, now, so come, let's build strong homes. Let's joint the doors firmly. Practice to firm the body. Make the heart steadfast. Do this and the wind will be friends with us. The poet says, whatever we request to wind, the wind doesn't do that. So what we can do? Now we have to unite. We have to make strong ourselves. We have to build strong homes, strong houses. We have to join the doors firmly so that the wind can't do anything to these doors or houses. And for us, for B people, practice to firm the body. We have to be so strong. It's clear? Make the heart firm. Make ourselves strong so that you can't be affected by a simple thing. Suppose someone says, now you are not good in the class. That time what? We take that things as ego. Don't do this. Think what is good, what is bad. After that say something. Okay. Don't deviate ourselves. It's clear? So we have to make ourselves strong. The poet says, if we do this, the wind, the challenge in our life will be friends with us. It's clear? The simple funda of life is to make ourselves strong. If we are strong, nothing bad thing, nothing challenge can deviate us, nothing obstacles can defeat us. It's clear? Dear friends, after that, the last lines of this poem, the wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. Dear friends, the poet says how we have to make ourselves. The simple message of the poet is we have to make ourselves strong. And for this, he gives an example. The poet says the wind blows out big fires. Now we can see this. If the fire is weak, if the fire is weak, so what happens? The wind blows it out suddenly. And if the fire is strong, so what happens? It makes it strong, and then uh, that fire can destroy even wood also, even forest also. It's clear. And then his friendship is good. The poet says, if we make ourselves strong, so nothing can be happen with us. We praise him every day. Him here, if we are strong, then we say, what a challenge can do for us? Nothing. It helps us. As for example, when the fire is weak, so it blows out. And when the fire is strong, then it flushes, then it grows more stronger. It grows more stronger. The meaning is here, if we are strong, that challenge will enhance our capability. That challenge will enhance our power. It's clear? Then that challenge will be our friend. And that his friendship, the friendship of wind, will be good for us. And then we will praise of that challenge. That due to that challenge, now we have achieved something. It's clear? Okay? Friends, now I hope you will be aware of the poem now. You can tell me what is the meaning of difficult words and what is the message of the poet. Now a brief summary of this poem. Okay, uh, as earlier in introduction I have told you something. Okay, now summary of this poem. The first part of the poem describes the action of the wind. It's clear. The poet asks the wind to come softly. He requests the wind not to break the shutters of the windows, not to scatter the papers and throw down the books from the shelf. But the wind throws the books and tears the pages. The poet says that the wind makes a mockery of weaklings. Mockery here, fun. It brings down frail houses. Frail here, the meaning is frail is weak, which can be broken easily. It's clear. Frail means weak. Weak houses, crumbling doors, rafters, and even weak hearts. It crushes everything that is weak. It's clear. Now, the poet advises us to be strong. Only then we can save ourselves from the wind. And what is wind here? Challenge or adversities in our life. It's clear? We should build strong homes with firm doors. Our bodies and hearts should also be strong. It is the way of the world to kick the weak and to be friends with the strong. This is the way of the world. Who are weak, they don't have right to survive in this world. It happens. Now you can see in your surroundings. The wind blows out the big fires but makes the strong fires roar and flourish. Thus, the poem conveys the idea that nobody cares for the weak. Dear friends, nobody cares for the weak. That's why be strong. Make yourself strong, otherwise no one will value you. Even the wind is on the side of the strong people. Here, the wind nature, that is also on the side of the strong people. The things which are strong, that can be survive in this world. We must make ourselves strong to become successful and overcome the challenges in life. This is the message of this poem. I hope now it will be clear to you. If any doubt, so please ask. After summary, now see whatever the poetic devices has been used in this poem. Rhyme scheme of this poem. The entire poem is written in free verse. There is no rhyme scheme in the poem. It's clear? The literary devices used are as follows. Anaphora. Sometimes questions are asked which poetic devices has been used in the poem. That's why now listen carefully. When a word is repeated at the start of two or more consecutive lines, it is the device of anaphora. Now you can see this in lines 2, 3, 4, which begin with don't. It's clear? And lines 6, 7, 8 begin with you. It's clear? So here the poetic devices is anaphora. It's clear? Second is personification. As I have told you earlier, when I started the poem, that time I told you the poet SUBRAMANIA Bharati has personified the wind. Okay, it's clear. Now what is personification? Listen here. Wind has been personified. When the poet says you are, he is referring to wind as you. That means he is treating wind as a person. This thing I have told you earlier. It's clear? So that is personification. Repetition. Crumbling is repeated many times to lay emphasis. Okay. The poet wants to say that the wind crushes everything that is weak. That is why he repeats the word crumbling again and again. It's clear? So here is repetition. Iteration. The repetition of consonant sound in close connection. Wind, winnows. Now if we find such letters as now look here W and W. Okay. V. The same letter W. It is alliteration. It's clear? If you find such words, now you can say here is alliteration. And also look here, won't, want, W and W again. Okay, it's clear? And then symbolism. I told you this earlier about this poem is a symbolic poem. Symbolism means that the thing refers to some other thing. Wind is a symbol. It refers to challenges in life. He is using wind as a symbol for the adversities in our life. It's clear? Now these are literary devices or poetic devices in this poem. It's clear? Now these are some questions along with answers. It's clear? You can take help from here. It's okay? Thank you everyone.